thought I recognized you. Hey, man, welcome back. Sorry I haven't, been around lately. You know what I'm saying? Have you missed me? Yeah, it's alright, man. This isn't going to be like, you know what I mean? We're not getting back together, okay? You know what I mean? We're just having a little fling. You know what I'm saying? It's a little fling, man, as we get our guitar on, man. I'm a recovering addict, man. I need a little contact. Anyway, hope you've been well. Let's talk about bass, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been gone for a long time and I show up and I want to talk about fucking bass. What the fuck's wrong with me? Well, anyway, man. Nothing really wrong with me. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be breathing, man. I'm still around. So, let's talk about bass and let's talk about bass more. Let's talk about a couple things now. See this, man? This is a jazz bass body. Oh, jazz bass body. Yes, this is a jazz bass body. And I got this at the flea market some time ago, man. A year ago, 2 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't know, a long time ago. I got it a while ago, you know what I mean? And the first thing I did when I got it, man, I came home and I called my man Bass Marc, you know what I'm saying, man? Because I never made Bass Marc a bass, you know what I mean? I never made him a bass. I made all my friends' basses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I made basses when I wanted him to play, but he's a recluse, this guy, Bass Marc. He's a recluse, man. What can I say, man? He don't like hanging out with people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, so I'm going to try to track him down. You know what I mean? Because when I first found this thing, you know what I mean, it's a Bass Marc. I want to make a jazz bass for you, man. I know he loves a jazz bass. You know what I mean? He said this Geddy Lee jazz bass he played all the time. And he's like, oh, and he started like, he got into it, man. Bass Marc and I been collaborating for many years, you know what I mean? Slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? But he got fire in his eyes. You know, I heard it through the text, man. He said, yeah, I'm going to have you build it like this. I'm going to be a fretless bass. And I'm going to buy all the parts. I'm going to send them to you. And it was going to be great, man. You tell me about this and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, Bass Marc's really excited. You know, I'm going to buy a $500 neck. I'm going to buy $700 tuners. I'm going to get a pair of strings made out of fucking titanium. That was made out of this fucking Bass Shuttle Challenger and shit. I'm fucking ready. And he's like, send me some pictures of that body, man. I said, well, man, I got this body only cost me like $10 at the flea market, man. I mean, it's not that great, man. So send me some pictures of the body, man. I was like, oh. Now there's some little problems like these little holes here. See those little holes, man? Bass Marc don't like any holes on nothing, man. And I was like, yeah, man. And he said, what about the back, man? Send me a picture of the back. I said, Bass Marc, I can't do it. I only got no film in my camera, man. He's like, film? The fuck, man? Send me a picture of the back. And I was like, look in the back, man. He's like, never heard from him again, man. And then Bass Marc fucking blocked my number, man. I never know parts in the mail. I don't even know if he still recognizes me, man. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, I put this aside, you know, just in case he called me. He never did, man. You know what I mean? He forgot all about old fucking Guitkits, man. But I don't have no neck for it, so I found this at the flea market. This is like an 85 rock bass. Yeah, it must have been sitting in a pool of water for 15 years because it's totally all flapjacked out, man. I don't know. I'll show you it on the slab, man. But anyway, the neck is perfect, man. And it's a nondescript neck, so I'm going to make a total joke-ass bass with the worst of the worst parts that I got out of the fucking shed. Because that motherfucker insulted me, so I'm going to track him down. I'm going to call him and think he's my friend. You know what I mean? And I love him. I think he's great. Just to present him with the fucking bass, man. A garbage, man. Fuck you. You hurt my feelings, Bass Marc. So I'm going to flip you around, man. We're going to take a look at this, man. I'm so glad to be back, man. You know what I mean? I was in a mental institution, man. I feel a little bit better now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. Some jokes, man. I was excited. So let me flip you. Off we go in the Bass Marc land, people. Tribute to our great friend, Bass Marc. Now listen to me, people. First thing we want to talk about is this body, man. You know what I'm saying? We already talked about these little holes on the back, man. Bass Marc wouldn't be down with that shit, so we're going to address that. Then we're going to finish this guy off real quick in like linseed oil, maybe. Maybe a lemon oil over linseed oil. He had a carving base that had that kind of like a matte oil finish. Back when we were kids, man. I don't know what the fuck you did with it, man. It was a gorgeous instrument. Anyhow, man, so let's get back to this, man. This old fucking piece of shit, man. what we're going to want to do first and foremost is just measure the distance between the end of the bridge and the end of the neck. You know, just get the spacing correct. You know what I'm saying? In this case, it's 8 1/3 roundabouts. So we can work with that. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I'm going to drill a hole. You know what I mean? Going through here to here. I might just run a wire, man. Fuck that motherfucker. Anyhow, man, the only thing we're going to take off this guy, bridge, neck. The rest of it, this is good to have. These knobs, look at that, man. It's got those dots on it. A couple projects we've talked about together that I upgraded today. This is C's. Look at that. These are C's. They're C's, man. Be nice to do a little autopsy on this fucking thing, man. That'll be after the fact, man. We don't have time for that right this moment, man. Let's get this bridge off here. Let's get the neck off there and assess to make sure they're still okay, man. Otherwise, we can scrap this project, go on to something else, right? And I can just say, peace be with you right now, man. Look after yourself, peace be with you. You know what I mean? We fade to black. The bridge came off rather easy compared with the neck. It came off without a hitch, man. You know what I mean? Undamaged. We had to do a lot of prying and crying, man. Look at this, man. We had to pry it off, basically. You know what I mean? Cut off the bolts. It was an ugly thing, man. Bolts were seized. Would not move anywhere. Would not turn anyway. It was a mess, man. Mess. But luckily, our prize, this cheesebird neck, still intact. Now, that being said, we still got these little holes, man. Marc doesn't like the holes. Let's smear some plastic wood in there. You know, try not to screw around with this screw around. You know what I'm saying? Wait for it to dry. You know what I mean? Lightly sand in that area. Touch out with some acrylic paint. Let's see after we're totally touched up, man. Peace be with you, plastic wood. So now it's 2 little dots. You know what I mean? You can see them, but you can't really feel them, which is good, man. We also took the liberty of going over. There were a couple other marks on the guitar, just from being bashed around. You know, it was a pretty good stain job. Just, you know what I mean? It was never finished. So let's do that, man. Let's get this guy totally finished up, man. I got some burled linseed oil. Now, I'm not a fan of this, man. Not a fan of it. I've used it. Always makes it smell like, you know what I mean, like a fisherman wearing a leather jacket and not showering for a long time. So we're going to rub it on. Let it seep in for 4 or 5 minutes as per the instructions. Wipe it off. You know what I mean? Let it, you know what I mean, cure out in the sun for a little while. It's a very sunny day, nice and hot. Bring it down here, buff it off with the cloth. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to apply a little bit of lemon oil. Look at this lemon oil, man. I got this at the swap meet 10 years ago. It was full, yeah. Almost full. This must be from the 70s, man. Early 70s, man. It's old school, man. Wilbur. Still a lot left, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When I kick, it'll probably be a half done. Many generations can get their lemon off on that, man. And that's what I'm talking about. Let's come together, people, man. Right now. You know what I'm saying? This bottle's probably on the shelf when John Lennon was in the studio recording Come Together, man. It's so old, bruh. It's just ancient, man. It's a grocery item, man. It's a roastery, man. $1.69, man. Look at that, man. Let's do it up, man. Let's get it all greased up. I'll come back right at you. Right when we're done applying the burled linseed oil. You know what I mean? I'll give you a little rundown of what we're doing. Gorgeous. So we did the front. Let it sit out in the sun here for 5 minutes. Wiped it down. Now we're doing the back. Same drill. Out here in the gorgeous hot sun for 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll wipe this down. Let it sit in the sun for a little while. Both sides. Bring it down the basement. Let it cool off. I'm telling you, man. Boiled linseed oil. I used to take this as a supplement. Not in this form. You know what I mean? That's real flaxseed oil is what it is, man. Just boiled, man. Boiled. See you in a moment. Alright, so now we have our fishy smelling friend dried off. cooled off, relaxed, greasy feeling. A deep greasy feeling about it. So it does smell a little fishy. You know what I mean? It always does that. Linseed oil, man. It smells like shit. That's why I don't like it. Let's put our vintage Wilbert lemon oil on this. Cut that smell. You know what I mean? Cut that fish smell. Nip it in the bud. Then I'll say to you, Wilbert, peace be with you. Look after yourself. Peace be with you. Alright, so it's the next day. And as soon as I came down to the basement this morning, I could smell that fucking disgusting boiled linseed oil, man. It's terrible, man. Last night when I put the lemon oil, kind of neutralized it a little bit. This stuff's like just fucking undescribably fucking rancor, man. It smells like a fat guy, hasn't taken a shower in a week, went out fishing while smoking a cigar, came home, you know what I mean, took his shirt off, and then put like a leather jacket on top of his fucking fat skin, ran around the block 10 times while still smoking a cigar. And then he came home and dived into a pool of fucking fish oil. You know what I mean? And that's where we stand. It fucking reeks, man. Reeks, man. Then he sat out in the fucking sun yesterday for fucking a half hour. You know what I'm saying, man? I've used this shit before. One time I tried to put like baby oil on top of it. Oh, baby oil smells so good. You know what I mean? You can't eliminate it. It smelled like a fucking baby that had been running around the block wearing a fucking leather jacket, smoking a cigar. You know what I mean? It's just fucking is unfucking. I put this on 2 guitars, rosewood boards, and I've never played those guitars again. Even though I played them a couple of years ago just to test them out, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't smell anymore. I still just a memory of that fish oil shit, man. I couldn't take it, man. If it wasn't for fucking the fact that, you know what I mean, I was doing this as a disrespectful fucking diss on my man Bass Marc, hurting my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I never would open that thing again. But the joke's on me, man, because Bass Marc's so elusive, I'll never be able to track him down, man. I ended up having this guitar in my collection, waiting for him to show up one day, stinking up my whole fucking house for fucking 10 years. Anyway, man, I'm going to put some butcher's wax on it. Kind of seal it a little bit. Hey, add a little bit of, you know what I mean, trifecta the smell. You can never cover up the smell. It's always going to come back. It takes at least 2 or 3 months, man. It's just fucking just rancor, man. Rancor, man. Rancor. Rank. Peace be with you, old butcher. See you in a minute. There we go, man. We got the butcher's wax all butchered out, man. All whacked out. Feels great, man. You know what I'm saying? For the bad smell, it feels like the old carving base now, you know what I mean? That gun oil kind of finish, man. Cool, man. Cool. Let's go check out that neck. Go back to this guy. Let's try to get this truss rod cover off. It's got a slight forward bow. Let's try to fix that out, man. Let's try to do it, man. Right? See you in a minute. So the truss rod worked, man. Right on. Seems straight as an arrow. Like Forrest Gump's back after that smoking doctor was done with him, man. Can't get better than that. So let's do a little fret job on it. You know what I'm saying? We'll blacken these up. Run the block up and down. Get them all nice for the people. See when that's all done. Then we'll clean it up. Right? Oh, yes. So, we got the frets all fretted up, man. In a fret-like fashion, man. Up and down. Looking great, man. Looking grandiose, man. So let's get some phony furniture polish. Compare it to Pledge, man. Compare it. Let's clean it up, man. We don't want to run through this phony finish here, right? Let's clean it up, man. Clean up your act. Clean up the whole thing. You know what I mean? We're gonna put that Pledge on the whole damn neck, man. There's some dirt lurking around, you dirt lurker. Very nice. Very nice. Front, center, back. Front time. Have a good time. So let's get reunited with the body, shall we? So we got this guy in place here. Now, there's a gap. If you look, there's a nice popsicle stick and a half size gap. Taking the popsicle sticks, we got them all. You know, I got one that I shaved down to like a half size. So we wanted it very, very tight fit in there. And we get these guys in there perfectly. See, the neck don't move. So we're going to want to put these in there as a pattern. Cut them down. You know what I mean? Attach them to this side. I'll see when we're done with that. Alright, so I got it in there. Glued in there. Some crazy glue. Colored the sides so it's not as, you know what I mean, apparent. And there it is, people. So now we got a nice tight fit. So let's screw it on now, man. A couple little changes we're going to make from the original, you know, this is the original neck plate, which I banged back into place thinking I was going to use it, but you know what I'm saying. Now it had like size 10-ish metric screws. I don't know. I'm just gonna use the regular 8 size, you know what I mean, and a regular fender size plate. Yeah, I'm saying. I don't know. It's what I got. It's what I know. You know, don't deviate from the script, man. See when we're all connected. Connect with someone, man. Reach out. You got the nut clamped on there. We're ready for, you know what I mean, the rock and roll revival here, people. So I got the line of intonation marked out here. It's about like a 30, you know, inch scale. A little bit smaller, like a 29.8 or something like that, man. Just a hair off, man. So I'm not going to drill a hole through this body, man. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to run a little piece of foil tape. You know what I mean? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If this body gets repurposed at one point, it's not a bad body. I have all kinds of holes to deal with. One less hole. So let's get it all wired up, man. I got some of these cool cheap EMG pickups. I think this cost me like 12 bucks plus delivery tax. Probably 14 in total. And this probably cost me another 10 bucks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being like, you know, just roughly estimating it. So let's get it all wired up, people. I'm wired up, people. Wired. Hey, man, we got it all soldered up. Took it to the tap test, plugged it in, worked. Like a jazz bass should, man. So what I was talking about before, there's the ground wire right there coming out. We're just going to sort of drop a little piece of solder onto this piece of foil tape after we've affixed it. See, it's still got the adhesive and everything. Center it, you know what I mean? Exactly. Line this up with the intonation mark. And that's that, man. So we got it to, you know what I mean? And I'll show you that it's grounded after we're done doing what I'm doing, suckers. So let's install this up correctly. Screw it down and I'll see you. And I'll show you how the multimeter all ready, people. We're all screwed down. And as promised, I'm going to show you this little patch of foil here is grounded out. So we got the ground attached to ground. Touch it. See that? You see that, people? So, and it's flat. You know what I'm saying? It's flat. And this is going to go over here. And this T-junction right here is exactly at the intonation line. Right on. So let's get that old bridge put on there. All lined up correctly. All corrected out. See that? The tail of the tape never fails. And there it is, folks. Got the bridge on, man. What's left, man? Some little strap buttons, man. That's it. Let's put them on, in case Marc wants to play it at his Mahatma Peak Reunion World Tour. Peace be with you. So now that the Marc project's pretty much ready for the glam shots, let's do that post-mortem we were talking about on this RokAxe corpse, man. Now, we talked at the beginning of this video about RokAxe, just very briefly. RokAxe was a brand name owned by Music Industries Corporation, Garden City, Long Island, New York, I believe. And they were produced, I guess, late 80s, early 2000s. All right. It's a 90s thing, mostly from Korea. You know what I mean? I believe some of the earlier ones came from Taiwan. Later ones maybe from China. But like I said, mostly Korea. This is probably where this came from. Now, this guitar, that's totally fucked, man. Look at this, man. It was made of some kind of like plywood / particle board. You know, particle board plywood even. Look how it's like sunken up past the level of the pickups even. You know what I'm saying? And that's why these are seized. You know what I'm saying? This thing has got like a huge like girth, man. Got a little ruler here, man. Let me get this ruler in here. This thing is almost. It's almost like 2.5, like 2.25 inches. 2.25 inches. You know what I'm saying? This probably was like 1.5 inches. You know what I mean? It's like the stock. You know what I mean? Originally 1.5 inches. Just to get an idea. So the back of it, ooh, it's falling apart as I'm handling it. This is a good salvage piece. You know what I mean? I remember there was a couple of these that we actually had to make. Korean ones of this, you know what I mean, episodes not, too long ago, man. So what I want to do is I want to do like a salvage thing. I brought this over the amp, earlier on. Nothing. This is a dead hum out of it. So what I want to do is I want to take these knobs off, and I want to take these pickups out and see if we get a reading on them pickups, if we can get them out. You know what I mean? We're not going to worry about this electronics, man. Take a look at it. The electronics is just shit, man. Look at that. The jack's like this is like, you know what I mean? Dissipating, man. So this can't be saved, man. Take this guy off. So let's do a total field strip on this. What we get out of there. Quick check on the pickups, man. I'll see when we get it all field stripped, man. Really with you, man. Really with you. That's the 101 magic, man. 101th episode. All right. So for the complete and utter hell that we had getting that neck off, stripping this guy took like 3 minutes. I mean, the pickups are totally dead. You know what I'm saying? Adjustment screws for the height. This is what they look like. You know what I'm saying? One of them stuck in here still. Fused forever. Forever to be part of the pickup, man. These things will never thump another bass line. Peace be with you, my friends. Look how dirty my hands are. Anyway, man. We got a set of dotted knobs, which is cool, man. Good condition. We got one of these like Fender-esque kind of strap buttons. You know what I'm saying? Not bad. Got one of these. We've had to make a bunch of these over the past couple of months, man. You know what I'm saying? We take the good, we take the bad, man. That's our special, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man. We got some good episodes coming up. You know what I'm saying? The cycle. You know what I'm saying? So this is just, you know what I mean? This is just to wet your whistle. You know what I'm saying? Just to wet your whistle. Let's give you a glam shots of our little bass mark thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Send you on your way. Hello, RokAxe. Peace be with you. Always. There it is, man. There it is. Put the strings up to pitch. Perfect intonation, man. That's mathematicals and science, people. Sounds great, though. These pickups, you know what I mean? Something different, man. Sounds like the Carvin bass, man. But only a fun little short scale bass. You know what I'm saying? It's great, man. It's great. The rock bass, man. The rock bass, man. Nothing to write home about, like I said, man. You know what I'm saying? It's an ugly son of a bitch. However, you know what I'm saying? This is kind of like a goof, Bobby. A joke, really, you know what I'm saying, man? I love bass mark, you know? I don't like the smell of linseed oil, though, man. Oh, fucking putrid, man. I read on the internet, some dude in Great Britain was like, I love the smell of boiled linseed oil. Brings me back to my younger days playing cricket. What the fuck, man? Stinks so bad, man. Imagine riding around on a fucking horse. Is that cricket? That might be polo, man. I don't know, man. I don't really know what cricket is. Is that baseball? That's their form of baseball? They're like oiling up their bats with this shit, man. Ugh. Stinks, man. Anyway, man. That's about it, man. There's no bass mark to be heard of right here, man. So let's play it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it. You know what I'm saying, man? We gotta look after each other, man. Peace be with us, man. Look after each other. Peace be with us. So look at that, man. Bass Mark was in our little joke all along, man. There's our man, Bass Mark, man. So this is the Bass Mark signature model, as you well know, man. Bass Mark coming through town, man. I mean, why don't you give it a little thump in there, old bass? There he is, man. Our great bass Marc. We love him. God bless you. Peace be with you. And remember, man, it's only a dream, man. Take care of yourself.